Hi, new mama. Welcome to this show. Might you be wondering how will my child learn how to sit? Don't stress. Super Mama Amy uploads at least 2 videos daily on issues around raising children. And sitting is one way through which we raise our children. Training your child how to sit, training your child how to go down the stairs, training your child how to calm down a bed. All this Super Mama Amy will be talking about in due time. But in this special episode, we are going to talk about how to train your child to sit. I am from Africa, and in Africa, you hear of stories where you put your child in your basin. Those who cannot afford fancy seats to train your children, put your child in a basin and put clothes around or pillows or something like that. All that should start when baby has enough head control. You know, when the child is born, their head is wobbly, falling everywhere, falling this side. You lift them, the head falls in front. So you always have to support. Please don't train your child to sit unless they have control over their head. Their head is steady. Okay? I don't know how long that will take, but normally people say around 4 months it's safe to start putting your child in a sitting position. So, number one, ensure they have head control, and at least it's around 4 months of age. Number two, if you're to train your child to sit, please start with putting them on your laps. Let them sit on your lap so you support their rib cage with your hands gently. Support them gently as you support as you carry them. Number three, you might need to you exchange your hands as you support them on the rib cage, or you could start by putting them on the floor. But you have to let them sit in between your laps. You sit with them on the floor and they sit so that your hips support their rib cage. Then you could change one side so that this you change hands. If you are holding them like this, you remove one hand, you take away one hand so that they're supported by this one hand, and this side which is left without a hand is develop strong rib cage muscles around that place. Sometimes when you start training your child to sit, they could go side by side, sometimes in front. You almost think they want to fall down, or their body is still heavy. Their body is still heavy, and you want them to know you. Sometimes they go, you think they'll break their back. As long as they have head control, these are some of the things you could do to bring them back on top. First, you could start by putting their favorite toy. By the time a child has head control, you should have known the toy which they like most. Or you are asking, they are not toys. They play with something at least. And this time, I'm sure you've watched if they can see. There's a video on how to tell your child can see. Please make sure you watch it. So you observe whether they can see. You put their favorite toy in front of them. If they've gone down, they want to come up, you put their favorite toy in front of them, and you lift it slowly towards going upwards. The child will follow that toy upwards, and in the process, they will be lifting their back, their head, things like that. In the process, you support them gently until a time when they are ready to lift the whole body themselves. So don't be afraid if you see them going this side, you're thinking my child will not learn to how to sit. It will just happen. Start one step at a time. Put them down put them down just ensure you support them when you first start. You don't expect them to just wake up and they're sitting. Support their rib cage and slowly change hands, or put them on your hips, in between your hips on the floor, of course, and move gently away, one side. As she goes on this other side which has no support, you lift a favorite toy to bring them back. As they go in front, you lift their favorite toy to bring them back. With time, they'll get used and their muscles will strengthen. Basically, imagine it's that simple to teach your child how to sit. Remember to keep this sitting periods short because they'll be tired at the back here, okay? Down there at the back. So you could start with a minute of sitting, then tomorrow it will be 3 minutes of sitting, things like that. So that's it. Watch out for the next video. Bye. Tell me what you want to learn.